Good morning, my YouTube people. It's Monday. It's a beautiful day outside, and today we're going to be working on some pretty cool shit, which is including a older Mitsubishi JDM Delica from my friend Bonsai Rides, Craig, as you guys may know him. We're going to be doing some pretty awesome shit to this car. We're going to be doing a turbo timer, we're going to be doing some speakers, and we're going to be doing stereo, which is going to be awesome. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. This thing is pretty cool. I won't go into detail too much about the vehicle because Craig will be making a video about this. However, I will show you the awesomeness about this thing. So, I believe it's a 1990 Mitsubishi Delica Turbo Star Wagon. Pretty freaking awesome. So anyhow, today we will be installing speakers in all of the factory locations. We'll be getting rid of the JDM karaoke machine. Yes, you heard me right. It's got a factory karaoke machine, so you can sing with all of your family in the back of this wagon. It's pretty neat. It's got some star lights up above here with some curtains. Craig will be working on this vehicle with me. He needs to replace one of the curtains, and when he does that, we'll be looking at that vehicle out by the road, which is right there. Craig likes to use that thing as a parts car. He kind of left it here so I can advertise with it, which is pretty awesome. Anyhow, guys, let me show you that turbo timer quickly. It's right here. It's an old school Blitz turbo timer. Pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. I got my wiring diagram here, which was extremely difficult to find. And we're going to be wiring this thing up so he can go ahead and turbo time the shit out of this thing. So that'd be pretty awesome, guys. Alright, so we started work on this thing and started tearing it apart. And as you can see, we've got the radio out, and we're starting to disassemble some of this electronics here from Japan. And
this is system control, channel 1, 76 megahertz.
Must be something to do with the aftermarket navigation
March
unit.
CD control. No, it's the CD changer
module.
Yeah, but we need this out.
What is all that?
I don't know, but it's been pigtailed into everywhere it shouldn't be. Like, I've been disconnecting pigtails and
Oh god,
all this mess. Just trying to get to the
factory harness.
radio harness so we can put in the new radio.
Oh goodness.
Look at all this spaghetti though. Oh my godfather.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Well, we're gonna clear this up, boys, and yeah, make sure that that comes out of there, because holy, this is all hiding under the carpets, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow. Goodness gracious. Is the battery disconnected? You may want to consider doing that.
No, because we gotta figure out what goes where in the harness. I don't know. I don't have a map for that harness.
Okay. Okay, you've already mounted the deck to the factory bezel there.
Yeah, pulled the OE head unit out.
Yeah, pulled the OE head. Where's that? Over here?
It's, yeah.
Ah, let's check out this Japanese karaoke machine. Pretty freaking neat, guys. National synthesized CD receiver. Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. And then I'll show you that JDM karaoke machine out back here. It's kind of neat. Hangs out back here along the side there, right there, as you can see. Real neat. So you can do sing-alongs while you're driving down the road. Pretty neat. Anyhow, we're gonna get this all cleared up and start working on this thing. All right, guys, so we're on the, what would be considered the passenger side in Japan, but driver's side in Canada, I guess.
It's still the driver's side, dude.
It's still the driver's side. Anyways, what we're doing here, we're replacing speakers, and we're gonna start installing our turbo timer and getting rid of the rest of the cabling that we have found running from the passenger side compartment to the driver's side compartment, but I haven't been able to quite figure out where all that's going yet. So we're gonna do that, get the steering column apart, start figuring out our power, our ground, and our ignition and accessory wires so we can get that turbo timer hooked up, and then we'll find a suitable place to mount that, likely somewhere over here on the passenger side beside the steering column. Somewhere in this area is probably where we're gonna end up mounting that. I'm gonna get rid of this switch because I don't know what it did, and it doesn't matter because it's coming out. and there was some cabling running from that side over here, which I now need to figure out where that was going. So I'm going to start on that, and then once I get the steering column apart and the speaker out, we'll get back at it. The steering column off, I got all the screws off. Gotta be careful, there's a little sensor there that I gotta be a little bit careful with. It's for the keyless entry system. Oftentimes when these things come here, those are missing for some reason. People tape them over, or I don't know what goes on with those, but anyhow, we got to our ignition wires here now, and I can start figuring out what color goes to what and does what and where, and we can start wiring up our turbo timer, guys. All right, guys, so Craig and I have gotten this entire blob of wiring that he's carrying currently out of this thing, and that's like a CD controller changer there. How do you pronounce that, Craig? Carizo? Caserio is like a Pioneer brand, but in Japan. It's Pioneer, but it's Japanese. So now he's gonna, Jesus, Murphy Christ.
Hang on, we're not done.
that's crazy. The amount of blobbiness. I'm gonna go on the driver's side, passenger side, and check out what he's got going on over here, guys, because holy crap. That is nuts. I mean, I've seen worse, but I mean, just fucking cut it, Craig.
What is the end of this stuff?
That's the GPS antenna.
Okay.
Yeah, just snap it. There you go. Goodness gracious. Get that thing out of there. Wow, guys. Check out that pile. But anyhow, now that that's all cleaned out of there, we can start perfecting the factory wiring and get it all nice. And I'll do that now before I start on the turbo timer and then get back at you. All right, guys. So we're going to bench test this turbo timer here. And the reason I want to do that is because it's pretty old and I'd like to make sure that it still works before I put it in there. So I got my power probe here, and I got my wiring colors, which are in the back here of this prong. So we got a power, which is right there, and then we got a ground, which is right there. So we're going to attach our ground terminal from our power probe to our ground terminal of our turbo timer. And then we are simply just going to power it up and see what happens here. And that's a good thing. Now I'm pretty sure that these need to be powered up too. These wires here, we got a parking brake wire and a signal sense and those kind of things. So I'm going to cut back out of this video and I'm going to get those wired up. All right, guys, so it looks like we got our ignition and power there, and it looks like it's all working. If I press the power button, we got 1 minute, 2 and 5, or 3 and 5 minutes. So it looks like it's working, guys. So we'll go ahead and install this sucker. Alright, guys, so what I need to do here is figure out all my ignition wires. So we have a constant power, and I'm going to stick the key in the ignition, and we're going to test out the rest of these wires. So I'm looking for first ignition, which is going to be our first click, and we don't have any power. There's our first ignition on and off, and it looks like that's first ignition. We're looking for second ignition, which is here, which is accessory. And then we're looking for crank start, which is there. And we're going to test this one over here, which we haven't yet. And that looks like start as well. So we have our constant, we have our accessory, which is our second click, and then we have our first click here, which is our ignition. Ignition, accessory, and constant. Alright, guys, so we've very temporarily hooked up our ignition wires, constant power, and ground, and we are going to commence our testing. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the ignition on, start the vehicle, and we are then going to turn the turbo timer on, set it for a minute, and then remove the key, and it should keep the ignition and the vehicle running for a minute before it shuts itself down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Again, guys, very, very temporarily hooked up. We're going to turn our ignition on now. Start the vehicle. The Blitz turbo timer will turn on. We'll set it for 1 minute. We will then take our key out of the ignition, starts blinking 1 minute, and it'll shut off after 1 minute. There we go, guys. So now that we figured out how that thing works, we're gonna extend our wires, probably convert them over to Canadian wiring colors before I extend them. That way I know what's up, and then we'll mount it and call this part of the job done. Craig's still fucking around over there with the speaker, right? Look at him. Poor guy. All right, my people. Just skipping forward a little bit here. I've already got this thing all wired up here. It's ready to go. I just got it mounted up over here on that side. I'm actually working on my ground now, which is going to be going behind the speaker, nice and hidden. And then I'll be working on putting this thing back together. Craig is still working on that speaker. All right, so the thing's all wired up, mounted. We're moving on to the speakers really soon. Craig's finally got that one out of there. He did a good job.
Holy shit.
Start that baby up. And then we're down here at the turbo timer. It's set for 1 minute. So when you pull the key out of the ignition, like I'll do right now, it'll start blinking. And then it'll run for 1 minute. Wicked, eh guys? Nice little JDM, old school turbo timer. Set for 3 minutes if you want, 5 minutes if you want. But in any case, if I want to shut it down before the 1 minute is over, I just press the power button. And that shuts the car down. What you working on, buddy?
I found the CD changer.
Oh, you found the CD changer?
Yeah, it was under those tires.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look at that, eh?
Big boy.
Big boy, old school,
Here's
pioneer. Wonder if there's any CDs in it.
I don't know, we disconnected it. We'll have to pull it apart.
All right, guys, Craig and I are gonna get something to eat. We're starving, and my head is pounding from all the diesel exhaust fumes. And yeah, we'll get back at you soon, guys. Hey guys, so we're back here. We had a little visitor from Fiber New. He's come and finally delivered the seats for our Corvette. And as you can see here, they are absolutely perfect. He's re-dyed them, fixed all the upholstery along the sides there, along there, and the bolster along there. Re-dyed the entire seat, re-put some new leather in there. And man, those look awesome. If you guys need any work done on your cars, any, you know, automotive, aviation, commercial, marine, medical, residential, vinyl siding, PVC windows, this guy does incredible work. And it's Fiber New. His name is Blair, and you can get a hold of him at 519-686-0770 or fibernew.com/London. All right, guys, so I got my first fan mail from YouTube. All right, we're gonna open this sucker up here. It's from P.O. Box 82, Section 7445, New Zealand. Whoever sent this to me, I really appreciate it. Not sure what it is yet. We're gonna open this up in just a minute. But we have already got the turbo timer installed. We got this factory CD changer uninstalled. We got a slew of wires on the ground here that we have uninstalled from this thing. And we are currently in the process of installing the aftermarket radio, or well, Craig is anyways. So we're gonna get that in there and I'll get back at you. But in the meantime, let's open this thing up. Let's hope there's not any anthrax in here or anything like that. You know, from New Zealand. It's kind of strange, I would have to say. What's that?
Give it the sniff test.
Give it the sniff test. Just make sure I sniff up all of the anthrax. Okay, guys, let's check this out. Let's see what this is. Hang on.
Like I don't have like I just don't know what I have.
All right. So, got this letter here. Let's open it up, boys. See what this is. It looks like it's just a letter. Being very careful not to kill myself with any razor blades that may or may not be in here. Hey, all right, so badgertronics.net. Cool, guys. Got some stickers here. Says, hey, Carphonics, have some stickers for something. Love your vids. Keep on crimping and soldering. Badgertronics. Right on, man. That's awesome. Thanks so much, man. That's awesome. These are totally going to go on my truck. Look at those things, guys. Sweet. Thanks, man. If you guys are on the YouTube, make sure you subscribe to him, badgertronics.net. Hit that subscribe button right there, boys, right there. Thanks for the stickers, bud. Much appreciated. What you doing, buddy?
Oh, just taking some stuff apart.
Taking some shit apart?
Yeah, yeah.
Good old deck install on this Acura. Gangster. Thing's pretty cool, I guess. Not really. But it's still deck install. Not too bad, not too bad. Right on. What else is going on today, boys? Got Craig working over there. We just finished lunch from Harvey's. That was delicious. Again, this big rat's nest we took out of this thing. Oh shit. What you doing?
Hardwiring.
Hardwiring the deck up, are ya?
Yep.
Yeah, they don't make harnesses for this thing, boys. Otherwise, we would have done that a long time ago. We tried, but to no avail, unfortunately. So I'm going to start sticking this stuff back together, probably, and got all of our tools just spread all over this darn thing. But once I get this back together, I'll stick a speaker in there, and we'll make this thing go, man. Want the ignition on, buddy?
Yeah, turn the key.
All right. Let's see.
Yep. Okay.
All right, we're golden. So he's gonna heat shrink and solder this thing up or tape it up and get that deck in the hole and start working on speakers. What do you think, buddy?
Right in the hole.
Right in the hole.
Lots of speakers to do next.
Yeah, speakers. Turbo timer's in. Gotta put all these plastic bits back in and clean up our work area here. And I'll get back at you in a bit. Just got your videos playing in the background, man. Here, Badgertronics. You're a smart dude, man. You know what the fuck you're doing? That's pretty awesome. I mean, taking apart a transmission is pretty technical work. Not something I would ever take on myself, and I think that I'm pretty mechanically inclined. But anyhow, it's kind of nice listening to you in the background as we work away here. All right, guys, so this is what's up. We are going to do some JLTR 4-inch speakers in the front and the rear. There's also some speakers on the left and the right side of this thing that are going to need to get done, but we'll do that after we're done the front and the rear. Up here is where the other speakers are. I'm just assuming right now that they're 4-inch, but the ones up front are definitely 4-inch. So we are going to get those mounted up, get those installed. Craig's still working on the head unit. He's soldering and taping that sucker up. You learn from the best, guys, so, you know.
I'm also popping the speakers because we don't know which is what.
Ah.
So I don't know where that other speaker is.
I have it over there on the floor.
I'll pop that front one next.
Okay. Well, I'll get this one installed first and then start putting this dash back together. Why are you popping speakers?
So we know which colors from the factory harness connect to the aftermarket harness.
Okay.
Because we don't have a map for that.
Okay, yeah. All right, so we're gonna, like I did on the turbo timer, we're gonna figure out which wires go where. He's in the process of wiring up speakers at this point, as you can see down in there. So he is gonna get those speaker pops so we know which wires go where. I think you've already figured out the passenger side, haven't you?
Yep.
Okay, good. So I'll get the speaker installed and then I'll start working on the rear ones, and we gotta figure out what the hell we're gonna do on that corner, because it was a pain in the ass to get it out, so we'll have to see how it is getting it back in there. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
Charlie, what is it from JDM? Oh, it's a dirty beetle there, buddy.
Your accent's really wrong.
Oh, God. What should it be? Should it be Japanese?
I don't know.
Oh, guy, look at that dog. I can't even right now.
Do the South Park Canadian.
South Park Canadian?
Guy.
Yeah,
friend.
Guy.
Friend. Hey, Fred, Guy. Look at this
on.
thing, Guy, eh?
Friend.
Hey, look at this freaking beetle,
Friend,
eh?
I'm not eating that beetle.
Oh, bro,
come on,
eat that
guy.
beetle, bro.
No, I'm not
eat
eating
the
that
beetle, bro.
Kind of jumped the gun a little bit, guys. Speakers in the hole. Dash is back together. Turbo timer's down there looking pretty. Craig is mounting a Bluetooth mic and struggling like a motherfucker.
No, I'm not.
No?
God, I'm right there.
No, he's right there, he says. That's what she said. So I am now going to go work on the speakers in the rear because Craig is sitting where I need to be, and these will be not so bad. And then after we're done doing that, we're going to try to get at those speakers there. Okay, guys, so being that the plastic on this freaking car is, what year is this thing, Craig?
91.
It's a 1991, so that makes it 25 years old.
U.S. eligible.
It's US eligible, first off, and then second off, it makes the plastic very brittle. So when I took apart this speaker bracket back here, I kind of snapped it a little bit, and it's just because of how old the plastic is. So I will show you a little trick that I use to mend things like this, especially where you're not going to see them. I like to use this stuff, which is Instacure. It's basically like hardcore super glue. And then there's this stuff right here, which is a curer. It cures the glue. So I'm going to put this thing together, glue it, and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've glued those things back on there. And what you do next is you just take a little bit of this zip kicker stuff, Insta-Set, and you just give her a little spritz of spritz. You don't need much on there, and just let that stuff cure. You can probably see it as it cures there. And leave that to set for about 5 to 10 minutes. and she'll be as good as new. Okay, like new, guys, like you'd never be able to tell. So now we're going to stick this JL Audio 4-inch speaker into the back of this van. Got my wires all set up there. I am going to just put a little piece of tape around the edge there just to make it nice and clean, and then we're going to go ahead and stick her back up in the hole. Alright guys, so we are running into a little bit of technical difficulties with this thing here. That speaker cover went on okay. This one is not, and as you can see there's quite a large gap behind the speaker, so I'm actually going to have to carve out a little bit of the metal that's behind the speaker in order to get it to fit properly, which is unfortunate. However, the front speakers are done and the head unit is installed. Craig's just polishing that up there. And
just connecting that secret speaker.
Yeah, secret speaker for sure. So we're gonna call this a day for the day. My day is getting short here. It's 4 o'clock. It takes me about 2 hours to upload this video and get it all ready for you guys to see. So that being said, I will finish up this with you guys tomorrow, and I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the shit out of this video, make sure you press that little bell thing that's over here, and I'll catch you on the flip side, guys. That's tomorrow. Have a great day. See you later.